Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
And safely on the fairway.
Once again, a good lie. That makes such a difference. Takes so many variables out of play.
That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Good chunk of real estate here, 22 feet away. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the Gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale. Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Frank going for 2 in a row now. And with that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Now to the 17th, and Frank, fair to say this is one of the best short par 4s in all of golf?
It is. The drivable par 4 that's designed the way it's meant to be played is a winner. The ones that are just shortened to be made drivable, they don't work. This was designed to be a 17th hole, and it was designed to be drivable. You couldn't get a better place, and you couldn't get a better par 4. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Coming down the home stretch here at the 17th, set up well for a chance to go after this flagstick. Second shot, good look at the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frankie's cranking it and banking it. Giant drives, a boatload of birdies. What a round.
Yeah, these are the days you just dream for. We know golf's not that easy, but on a day like today, savor it and just keep going. Keep doing it.
Locked in on the read and the speed. With authority, count it as a par and 2 under. To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take it completely over the lake down the left side where there was just one paltry bunker. Now there's a series of bunkers, almost like the church pews at Oakmont, that are littered down the left side, stopping that attack. You're going to have to respect this hole that much more off the tee. Find the fairway. It's still a short iron in, but this finishing hole is now a proper finishing hole.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
This is a good-looking shot. Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. You've got to be kidding me. That was right on the edge.
I tell you, he wants to do over there.
Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Now to the 5th hole and a challenging par 4.
Slightly longer this year, played off a new tee at the back, and there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. They've now been put together to form one, and in the perfect position that really make you think about your tee shot. It takes a very big drive to try and carry that bunker on the right. It's going to be at least 315 plus yards to get past that. Green itself still tilts a little left to right and back towards the player.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. On the green and looking at a birdie opportunity. Been pretty good all day from this distance. Just trying to take care of business. Well, you couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Par bid here. Good effort and a good par putt. Par 4 6th, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Frank, where's the difficulty here on the 7th hole, the par 3 of more than 200 yards?
Well, Rich, front hole locations are always probably the toughest here because that's the narrowest part of the green. Bunkering really hasn't changed, and the green still does widen up, but the hole tends to play slightly uphill.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Suddenly a ray of sunshine with that birdie.
There is hope. And on the top 25.
Frank, the par 4 eighth, this is a good hole.
It is a dogleg to the left, forces the player to go out the right, and this will play every inch of its yardage, which is over 470 yards. Green's still pretty much the same with that false front, unless there's a flag position in the front. You're really going to have to fly at least 20 yards or so into that green, otherwise that ball is going to run towards the front.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Always take that. Good par putt right there. Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. There is now 1, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
Excellent lie. Popped up on the short grass. And he's set up for his second shot here, looking to knock it on the green. It is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. So that is the end of the second round. I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow, Frank.
We got a great leaderboard right now, Rich. So many players in contention. Golf course, there's enough blend of good and hard holes. Really, it's up for grabs.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. So toweled off, dried off, and ready to go.
Yeah, let's hope this swing he hasn't still got the floaties on.
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
And getting ready for the putt. Bang! Has it. Well, partner, here we go. Players have characterized it as terrifying, chaotic, amazing. The stadium atmosphere here at this hole, the 16th of par 3, is really spectacular, isn't it, Frank?
It is. Because of the atmosphere, the number of people, this is the closest a golfer gets to like kicking a field goal in a Super Bowl. It's just surrounded by people. It's not really the difficulty of the hole. Just over 160 yards, a modest par 3. There's no water in trouble. But it's an atmosphere that golfers never normally are familiar with.
You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25. Ah, nice.
Looks good. Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
He'd love to get this one. Big putt for birdie. So into the top 15 on the leaderboard with that birdie. A few more, and who knows, maybe top 10 or top 5. To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in, and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take it completely over the lake down the left side where there was just one paltry bunker. Now there's a series of bunkers, almost like the church pews at Oakmont, that are littered down the left side, stopping that attack. You're going to have to respect this hole that much more off the tee. Find the fairway. It's still a short iron in, but this finishing hole is now a proper finishing hole.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Now on the green, has about 10 feet left there to save par. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
So through 3 rounds, just outside the top 10, what kind of a chance do you give a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I certainly would not say none, though, Rich. You know, we've countless times over the years seen someone post an early one in and watch the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arizona Summer Classic. Frank, this looks tough. He's on the macadam, but for a high-level professional?
Well, he's taken the wrong path, Rich.
Frank, long gone are the days when you putted with a simple blade. Now you look down and there's a frying pan on the end of a shaft.
Yeah, it looks like grandma's skillet these days. That's what it is. But, you know, putters are like drivers. What they've done with the technology is given you a bigger sweet spot. Even though putting is very, very precise, if you give a person a bigger sweet spot, he's going to make more putts.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Third shot, looking for a good one. too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Oh my gosh, that hurts. Well, Frank, you hear it so often. This is a game of dealing with your miscues.
That's the beauty of this game of golf. It giveth and it taketh away.
So that's a drop shot. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Not quite where he was aiming, but still enough room to get it up and down. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. So the short miss, and those are painful. Just 5 feet left. Bit of a disappointment there. Not going so well for him. He has this for bogey. Good roll. See if you can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Kind of a tricky read. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. Not quite what he wanted. Tee shot is in the bunker. About 80 yards left, Frank. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's no snack, though.
Little bit of a misread there.
Yeah, it was makeable, that's for sure.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par.
Rich, 18 was always considered a long finishing hole.
Not for J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, the water was always in play. And then the day he took it over the left side and carried everything and went on to win, that completely changed the way this golf course played ever since that day.
And it resulted in some of the changes we're seeing now.
Yeah, and evidence, the new bunkering down the left side. But it showed us all how much and how strong these guys are, how much they've improved over the years.
Chance to get it close here. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. From about 8 feet. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
No question.
Frank, what a day of golf we saw.
Yeah, the modifications to TPC Scottsdale is it presents better to the eye. It's certainly a better test for the player, and on top of that, it is a good reward when one plays well.
Really enjoyed it. For my partner Frank Nobilo and all of us here at EA Sports, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now from TPC Scottsdale. EA Sports and the RNA are proud to present opening round coverage of the Open Championship. Welcome to the Open Championship, the oldest major in golf. Frank, there really is nothing quite like it. The old course at St. Andrews, combined with the Open Championship, it's bathed in history.
The golf course is magnificent. It just reeks of all the great players that have played the game. Pick your hero, whether it's a Bobby Jones, a Nicklaus, a Rory McIlroy, a Tiger Woods. All the greats have been there and played this marvellous course. It stood the test of time. And even the routing, the old 9 holes out, turn around and 9 holes in. It's marvellous.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par. Even par currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. 5th hole, and we pick up the action. Early in the round, still holding steady, even par on the day.
Yeah, it's got that feel it could go either way here. Next few holes will probably tell us which way.
Right where they were aiming, in the fairway. Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Now his third, staring right at the green. On the green, and looking at a birdie opportunity. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. So a tester from 4 feet. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Now to the 374-yard par 4-6, another scoring opportunity.
Just be very careful of the wind conditions here because that'll affect the strategy off the tee, but bunkers left and right to be avoided.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Should be safely on deck.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. These putts keep the round together.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
He'd settle for par here. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Over the ball here at the 7th, and Frank, if you had to script a game plan here, what would it look like?
You could drive this pretty close to the green. This is a green that's shared with the 11th, the par 3, and you won't see that tee shot finish, but you can actually drive very, very close to a bunker called the shell, which is the one that protects the par 3 11th. That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Now to the par 3 8th. Frank, what's the best way to go at it?
Well, for these players, straight at the flag. This is the first par 3 you'll see, and a good chance to make 2 coming up ahead. But we do see a lot of long putts here with an errant tee shot.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, what's the best way to get at the golf ball when it's sitting down just a bit in the rough?
You have to accept the fact first and foremost that you're not going to get clean contact. So you have to decide whether the ball's going to come out short or it's going to fly. Because very rarely will it come out the normal distance of what you hit on the fairway. So if it's a little thin and wispy, chances are it might fly. If it's nestled down, you're going to have to take at least another club. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th.
I don't think a tourniquet is going to work after that one.
Tough to watch. Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now.